Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, to Update DRM episode 3. We're back again with the same old crew and the same time. I don't know how 11 o'clock is always ends up being 12 o'clock to record. But everybody, go on and introduce yourselves.
Hi. My name is Manny. Happy to be here once again.
What's up, Junior? Thanks for having me again.
Hi, I'm Ted, and we're back at here because Elise keeps telling us what time to come back on. Next.
That's very true. I'm sorry. I like having a grade in my class and being able to actually make a YouTube channel. Anyways, we're affiliated with KRHC Radio. And today we're going to be talking about, well, we only got 3 topics to talk about because for some reason the gaming news is very, very weak.
It is slow today.
The full-out game is weak for video game news. It's very, very weak. Very, very weak. So today is the 20th anniversary of the release, at least in North America, of the Nintendo 64. Ooh. I'm pretty sure everybody here has played the N64 at one point or another in their lives.
I still have it.
Well, I would assume you still have it.
Wow.
I don't know where it is, but I still have it.
Man, that's where like everything is. So let's just talk about first experiences with the N64, and then we can go into maybe our favorite games of it. Maybe we can do like a 1-2 game that was like our favorite, like our diehard, and then and we'll just let this go from here. So you know what? Since Teddy's our man on the street, he's getting a donut right now. Let's start with Junior. Junior, talk to me about your N64 experience.
Man, I remember when I got that shit when I was like 8 years old. I got this. I was actually playing with my friend, my next door neighbor. We played this game called Star Wars: The Episode Racer.
Oh, the pod racer.
Yes.
Pod racer.
That was a really fun game, dude. He used to slaughter me in that game. Never could beat him. Actually, I beat him once, but that was the last day he lived there. Then he moved out. But man, that was an experience, man.
What are you making people leave their houses for, Junior?
Not my fault.
Go on.
No, that's a game I really liked on that system.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, then how was your first experience with the system itself? Like, did you go to did you ever own it? Did you ever go just play at his house? Did you ever do anything about it?
I owned the system, but I never owned the game, of the pod racing game.
That's crazy. I can understand that. The games for sale were fucking expensive. They were like $80, right? I would assume that they would usually retail at $80.
Were they really $80? Like, are we doing inflation? Are we doing just in general?
No, like in general, like I mean, in inflation now, I think those cartridges would cost like $40, right?
Yep.
But at the time, they were so expensive, and the games that came out for the N64 were like not very frequent. You know, it was a quality over quantity type of thing. So you didn't have a lot of games on that console. And for starters, like
not a lot of games on that console. What?
No, I mean over time, I mean it had plenty, but I mean like when it just launched, there really wasn't a lot to go on for it. I mean, there was.
All you need is Mario 64. That's it.
Yeah, I know. And trust me, like majority of people who bought the N64 that's all they needed. That's all you needed at the time, you know. For me, I never had any of the Mario games in particular. I really only had like 2. Because at the time, those games were expensive, okay? And I would not even buy them brand new. I would go to a swap meet and buy them secondhand. And even then, they were still like $70, sometimes $60. But yeah,
that depends on the game that you're getting.
Yeah, and I know. And the 2 games that I got was Mortal Kombat 4 and Wave Race.
Okay, Wave Race I can see for spending that much, but Mortal Kombat 4?
Yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those times when the MK series was still pulling in a lot of traction with fans, including like myself.
You got fucked, dude. You got fucked.
I know it was pretty bad. It was to say the least. It was a pretty bad game. The voice acting was garbage. Polygon's animations were dreadful. Dialogue story was just off the charts dreadful. Yeah, it was a terrible version of the game. But yeah,
I just don't bought it.
I think it's, I don't know, I don't recall, but I think it was on the PlayStation platform over time. I think they did do. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check, but I know there was an improvement. Like over the games. Some of the porting job was bad, but it was overall it was just about the same thing, and I think it was on the Dreamcast as well. Yeah, it was on the Dreamcast as well, and
Or Dreamcast.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I still have the cartridge too. I still have the cartridge.
I would assume you do because I mean those things are just indestructible. You can fucking chuck them and shit, and they'll never break.
Yeah, those were amazing times for Nintendo to do with the cartridges. They were pretty durable, and they're pretty thick plastic.
They still do that now. Like the DS's, like they were made. Where like they had to pass, like you can drop these from your chest weight. They had to survive 10 times being dropped and still be able to play. So I mean, they still care about things working.
I mean, at this point, they're practically like 2 sheets of plastic thick. I mean, a drop on those things wouldn't damage it much either. Obviously.
Oh crap! I like my DS.
Yeah, but what? I mean, I did go over a friend's house a long while back, like during the time when the N64 was a popular thing, and here in LA, you had your Hollywood videos. So what I would do is I would also rent N64 games, and the deposit to rent those freaking games was like $40. Or it was like, or like 50. Yeah, for a deposit. Okay.
I remember all this. Were you paying for your own stuff back then too?
It was crazy at the time, man. I'm telling you. My mom was nice enough to like let me rent one game from there. She let me. What I did enjoy about the N64 that was really memorable to me, she let me rent the Mario Party game on the Nintendo 64.
Oh, the first Mario Party was.
What a freaking blast I had with that game. Yeah, that even playing it by myself, I still had a good time. The mini games were fun. When I didn't really have much friends outside of school, so I would keep to myself majority of the time and just play the I think it was Mario Party 2 for the N64.
Oh, Mario Party 2 is the best one. I like that one better than I like
Yeah. Mario Party 2. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, it was a really fun game. The mini games were all fun as well. I enjoyed them a lot. I had a great time with those games. I can't really recall much of the mini games that I played, but I know a lot of them were really good, and they were just memorable and they were fun.
Yeah, because Mario Party 1 was all the joystick movement. It was moving your joystick like in a circular pattern. Okay. That's how Mario Party was one of the games that they had a lawsuit because people were using the palm of their hands to rotate the stick really fast, and it was causing rug burns. And then that's when they had to issue out like Nintendo gloves, and I never got one because I always assumed when I played with my cousin when we had it, man, I can go on for hours. But here's a story about me and my cousins. We all had N64s. I mean, we've had stuff at my house, and we were able to have an N64, and pretty much we would go over to my cousin's house and we would all play like Mario Party, and the ones where you rotate the stick, those mini games. You know what? We never knew. Like we always knew that you were gonna get some sort of burn, but it was more or less like my cousin told me, like, stop being a pussy and just do it. You know you're gonna. It's either you lose, it's either you do it and lose, or you. Yeah, it's either you do it or you lose. So that's why I love Mario.
That AI was not friendly. It was definitely.
Oh no, I honestly never played with AI until I got a little bit older because I've always had cousins over. We would always have 4 players. We've never once played with 3 or 2 because I've always had John, which is my brother, which I've always had 2 players to play with, and then I would always have one of my cousins over, so that's 3, and then some of my cousins had little brothers or sisters, so that's 4. We always, like, it got to the point where, like, we had to have, like, a bracket system so that whoever lost had to give up so that way somebody else can play, so we never had less than 3 players.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, for you, that's really great because when you play with people, it's even more fun that way. Yeah, I remember what was I gonna say? The Nintendo Glove thing was quite an ordeal. I never really got into Mario Party 1, so I was really unfamiliar with what the idea.
That's why because of that ordeal, that's why they're never gonna port over Mario Party 1 to the virtual console because of that. Because of all those mini games. That's why you'll have 2, 3, 4. They're all on the Wii or the Wii U, but 1 will never ever be ported over.
Yeah, I figured that it was a trial and error.
Sucks because I love Mario Party 1. What about you, Teddy? What about you in the N64? Are you still there, eating a donut?
You know what? The 64 gave me headaches every fucking day. If it wasn't the game itself saving, I was either fucking losing data left and right, or the little cartridges didn't want to load, so I had to blow, like if there was no tomorrow into that cartridge for it to load.
You're not supposed to blow in the cartridges.
Well,
yeah, you're not apparently.
Even though we all did that. I know at some point you probably did.
My favorite game, the one I played 24/7 was Rayman. And that's all I played every single day.
That was a good game.
Once the PlayStation came out, I started using my 64 as a piggy bank. I put pennies, I put quarters. God knows where it's at now. Probably someone in Thailand has it.
So what was your first experience playing? What was your first experience playing it? Did you own one? Did you go over a friend's house? Were you like me that owned one because you were?
Oh no, I owned one. I went straight to Toys R Us and I got myself one. That was the only outlet I knew that sold games. So you know what? That's where I was at for my PlayStation 1, and 64.
Yeah, same here. That's what I would go for.
I think that's where everybody went for games because I don't think GameStop was around back then.
No, GameStop wasn't a thing. It was EB Games.
EB Games, yeah, EB Games,
which is still in Canada, but not.
Oh, Game Quest. That's Blockbuster, dude.
Quest.
Oh my god. But I actually do have another story to share. In regards to the 64, I can't believe this skipped my mind, but when I was younger, my mom had her own business, and and next door was a cell phone shop, or kind of like a cellular store. And the owners next door, I would play with their kids, which were about my age. They had a Nintendo 64 as well, and they had Donkey Kong 64, which was like my introduction to Donkey Kong in 3D, because I had played the previous Donkey Kongs in the Super Nintendo, and they were hard as hell. And Donkey Kong 64 was not any different. It was one of those games where you could lose yourself in, and you would be weirded out by a lot of what you would do. The characters were interesting, but one of the biggest problems for me was just like a lot of backtracking. There wasn't really much direction as to what you would do. I found myself lost in that game a lot. It was fun though. It was fun. I think
Oh,
at
I
the
love
time,
Donkey Kong 64.
Donkey Kong 64 was like one of those like highest rated games for the 64, and
You're crazy.
also
Yeah, if you're gonna talk about Donkey Kong 64 being by Rare, then that one wasn't. Like, you're gonna talk about Banjo. Banjo was way better than that.
well, yeah, I never really got into Banjo though. I mean, I'd relate more with Donkey Kong 64.
How do you not?
Because I would
It's
play
just-
that one a lot more, and I above like beyond any of those games, I really didn't play any others. I mean, I remember actually touching only Pokemon Stadium once at another friend's house, but that was it.
That one.
That was about it. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and the crazy thing about how Donkey Kong 64 work is, if you remember on the console, what was it that you needed on the console? Was it a Rumble Pack or a Save Pack?
No, on Donkey Kong 64, because how the production worked was that they could.
Not
There
on
was
the
a
controller, on the console.
No. On the console, yes, I know. I'm getting to that. When they were playtesting the game was coming through. Because the maps were so massive. They were running into a bug because of the rendering issues. Because there were some things that you had to go in the first person to shoot. Certain targets or balloons for bananas. But there was always a bug. There was always a bug with the rendering issue. So what they did is Nintendo said, you know what, we're gonna come up with an expansion pack, and we're gonna
expansion pack. There you go.
Yeah, and we're gonna ship, and they came shipped in with every game. But yeah, that is the reason why that they couldn't. Why we have to use that expansion pack is because it fixes a bug that they couldn't figure out.
So it was like more of a giving it more memory, right? More memory RAM. So
yeah, it was more like a rendering bug, if I'm not mistaken. So that extra memory helped the bug disappear. But yeah, if you try to play the game, I think there's people that do try to play the game normally that can get past the error message in the beginning. Because if you try playing it without the expansion pack,
it'll just say you can't.
It'll say no, you can't. But I think there's some people that got through it, and like apparently like the bug is really severe. But I mean, it's not like you had to go out of your way to get it, because it came bundled in with every game. And not only but when I rented it, because I was one of the first people that rented it at Blockbuster, they made sure that you had the expansion pack with it. So it's not like
did it cost more? If
oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! I think Nintendo lost a good chunk of money off of that.
That's ridiculous.
But I think there's only 3 games that it's necessary for. I think that one, Perfect Dark, if I'm not mistaken, and
most likely Perfect Dark.
Star Fox? No, not Star Fox.
Wasn't Star Fox? Was it Legend of Zelda?
Majora's Mask. There you go.
Majora's Mask. Yeah,
Majora's Mask. That one. Perfect Dark, Majora's Mask, and
64 times. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, because for Majora's Mask, even that one had a lot going on in the screen.
Well, yeah, because you had the rendering of the moon.
Even adding to the save states, which I know were a chunky ordeal to save.
Always.
Yeah, I was.
So then,
who's that? Tell him we're busy.
Yeah. But apparently some other games utilized it. Apparently, like
no, I believe that some games. I mean, they got upscaled a little bit, so they ran better.
They got upscaled in graphics. So when you had the expansion pack, there was like a high res mode, quote unquote, for some games like Castlevania or Command and Conquer. Duke Nukem, fucking, like even FIFA.
They made things. Yeah. They make things run a lot more better.
It wasn't entirely a useless peripheral. I mean, for its time, having 48 memory of RAM on a console was it actually helped it a lot. And I know it was a troubling thing for Nintendo to go through with this. I mean, I don't know who was behind the design of this console, but it had a lot going on for it. And it was ridiculous at the time.
It was beautiful control, beautiful everything.
Yeah, I for me, I never got the expansion pack because, again, I never owned any of those other games. Nintendo 64 was, I would say it was the most expensive console that involved a lot of peripherals. Like, you had the transfer pack, the rumble pack, yeah, the controller pack. All these types of peripherals and proprietary peripherals.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go that, then you can go down to like the Game Boy that had the magnifying glass, that had the little doggle light switch.
Yeah, but those weren't really a necessity. Those just add to the experience.
You never needed a rumble pack, and Rumbles is still like a whatever feature even nowadays. You can still turn it off.
I mean, at this point, Rumble is just like a standard in every game. I mean, back then it was a complete like revolutionary thing to to have and to experience when you would see something occur in the game and it translates to the
I mean, memory cards were like for very, very small games that I don't think any Nintendo game that they published utilized some sort of memory card feature. I believe like a lot of third parties use memory card features, so you didn't really need it for like anything else. Unless you want to save your time trial modes on Mario Kart, then nobody.
Yeah, I mean for saving on for save points in the Nintendo 64 games, they practically came built in, right, with a chip for.
Depends on
I wasn't really. Yeah, because I know for Wave Race and Mortal Kombat 4, they already came built in. You didn't really need their expansion pack or any sort of ordeal for that. I mean, it would save right there in the same cartridge. So I don't really know. I don't really recall if there was any situation where you needed the expansion pack if you wanted to save. I assume you would need it for. Obviously 64 Donkey Kong and Majora's Mask, but other than that, I don't really see any other games that really needed it.
No,
really
you don't.
And yeah.
All right, so before we move on to the next subject, let's just give like a top 3 of our favorite games that we got from the N64. Teddy, what's your top 3 favorite games? I know we already got Rayman. Give me like 2 more that you played. He's dead. All right, then Junior.
I remember I used to play this game called Mickey Mouse USA, man. Oh my god, I can't believe I owned that game. That game was just a trip.
No, because that was back then when Disney still made good games. I mean, so buying a Disney game was a good game.
Disney Interactive was something else. It was really something else.
Yeah. I would say that one, yeah.
Oh, the Speedway game, right?
Yeah, Mickey's Highway Speedway.
Yeah,
it
was kind of like its Mario. It was like its Mario Kart clone, but it was still developed by Rare in association with Interactive, which basically was the same majority of the same game. They just borrowed the license from Disney.
If I'm not mistaken, that was like how they led up to Diddy Kong Racing, which is an amazing game as well, and also by Rare. So yeah, you got 2 more. You can throw 3. We can throw down.
What else? I don't remember. Oh, I played that one Pokemon game. It was one where you take pictures.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah, I remember I used to play that with my cousins.
Didn't Pokemon Snap have its own peripheral too with the camera?
No, Pokemon Snap. No. What Pokemon Snap was is that you can take pictures, you can save on your cartridge, and you can bring it to a local Blockbuster, which is the only place that had them. You can upload, you plug it into the machine, and you can pick which pictures you want, and you can print out pictures of what you took.
Oh, really?
Which was really cool. Like if you took like a really good picture of like an Onyx or like a Blastoise or whatever, you can and you really like that picture, you can take it to a Blockbuster because they're assuming you're going to Blockbuster a lot, which a lot of us did, and you can just plug it into the machine and it would just like say, okay, these are the pictures you have, which ones you want to print. I'm not sure if it costed money. I don't think it did. When I played Pokemon Snap. And I got it on my birthday. I completed that in like 2 hours, and I really didn't see like what the hubbub was about. I know there's a lot of diehard fans, and we are getting a photo, a mode in the new Sun and Moon that's supposed to simulate Snap. but I still don't get the whole point. And I love Pokemon to death, and I still don't like Snap. So I mean, I know there's a lot of diehards. So you know what? Yeah, you could have took pictures and printed them out at Blockbuster, which is
I
pretty
really
cool.
didn't know that.
That was pretty. That was pretty. That was those little gem moments on its time for that particular game.
Exactly. Something that you'll never get nowadays. So you got one more,
No.
Junior. Give me one more blast from the past. What's your things that make you remind you of when you were young and didn't have to pay taxes?
It's mainly the pod racing one. Yeah.
So pod racing,
Yeah.
Mickey House B-Way or whatever highway and Pokemon Snap. That's good. Good
Yeah.
list. Good list. What about you, Manny? What's your top 3 right there?
I mean, my top 3 from my experience, I would say Mario Party 2, since I played it, and because it was a really good Mario Party game for me. Wave Race, which was at a time when I wasn't big on sports games, but that game in particular had like some really catchy music, catchy announcer, and it was beautiful when it played. It was actually a beautiful game. It was an okay game. It wasn't something amazing, but it was something that was fun to play and to have a good time with. For my number 3, I never played Conker's Bad Fur Day on Nintendo 64, but I did touch and play it on the original Xbox when it came out.
Well, me and Lauren have played. Lauren just bought it for me. Like I think last year, she paid like $80 for it, and so we do have a copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I did get a chance to play, and I did play like a demo of Conker's Live and Reloaded on the Xbox, and that one just runs better in my opinion. Like it is censored.
Everything.
I mean, it sucks that it's censored and a lot of the gratuity and I mean, a lot of the gore and the violence and all that stuff is censored down. But I do like the fact that it controls a lot better, because if you try to control Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64, like maybe it's just because I've been spoiled by a second joystick now that it's just hard for me to. But I was having a really hard time playing Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I haven't even I played it for like 4 hours and I gave up and I told Lauren, fuck this game, I never want to play it again because it was so hard for me to control. But you know what, I've watched a lot of people play it now and I really want to give it another chance. But I would say whatever you play the Xbox version, that's probably the best. If you can probably get it on get it off of.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if you can also get it off the Rare Replay and play it off the Xbox One, that's probably the best one because that's the uncensored version. That's the N64 version.
I don't think Conker came on the Rare Replay.
Yeah, it did.
It did?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Now that it's not the remastered though. It's the original.
No, it's not the remastered. It's the original OG
the
one.
original.
The only bad thing is that it is scaled down. It is 4.3 ratio, so it does box in.
Yeah.
That's
why you have those borders in a lot of the games. Yeah,
it's gonna have a border on it, but I mean, other than that, it's the original OG. So that's probably the best way to play it.
Yeah, if you really want to be, a diehard traditionalist, that's definitely a way to go at this point from this generation in games. But when I played the original when I played the Xbox original version of it, Live and Reloaded, it was a beautiful remaster. I mean, obviously, like you said, they toned down the graphics. A lot of the dialogue was censored, but it was really good. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was one of Nintendo's most adulterated games that Nintendo ever allowed on their flagship console on the 64. Especially coming from a Rare game, which was, for its time, like, Rare didn't fiddle with any sort of adulterated stuff like this. So even for them, it was an experiment. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at Conker. Conker was a kid's game when it first started, and then Rare was just like, you know what? Let's just go order hookers. Let's just do a thing of cocaine, and let's just see what we can make.
Yeah, I think it took a while for Nintendo to even give the approval. I think there was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of back and forth.
I still think Nintendo now doesn't even like to, even though they know it's a success, they don't just like to acknowledge that they made Conquer.
Yeah, they actually
they
made
published.
a game. Yeah, they actually made a game for a mature audience, which at the time for first party games was unthinkable. It was
From Nintendo at least.
Coming from Nintendo. Yeah, it was nothing.
You're talking about,
off.
man, that's crazy if you think about it like that. If you actually take the time to think and just be like, Nintendo just co-published a friggin' rated M game.
Yeah, I was. I mean, yeah, it played horribly. Some dialogue was very weird, bad, kind of. Voice acting was kind of bad, but you know what? For the experience of the time, and even now going back to it, you would find it ridiculous at some of the dialogue and some of the things you would see, and you know, coming from Conker's mouth or the characters in the world. For its time, it was something like trying to push that envelope, like trying to be
South Park. It pretty much was inspired
it was
from
trying to be like South Park, and also because I think Sega was really pushing that. Look at us, we're better than you, Nintendo. What are you gonna do about it? You know, or even PlayStation.
Well, I mean, that went back to bite them in the ass because then you got like Night Trap and stuff like that, and that got them in trouble. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the type of stuff.
No, yeah. If you think about it from back then, that's really crazy of Nintendo to have done that.
Yeah. I would say I would say that would be my number 3. I know I didn't play the original, but if I wanted to play the original, I could do that now on the Xbox One. But I did play the remastered version of the Xbox originals, and I really enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. It was a good time for me. Even the multiplayer portion that I played on the game, which was it was really an odd little experiment for Rare to do with multiplayer and Conquer, and you know, the teddies, all the teddies in the world.
All the teddies in the world.
Against the little squirrel.
Hey.
Yeah, it was fun.
My name out your mouth. Say it with your chest next time.
Hey, there you are, Princess. We wanted to know what your top 3 Nintendo 64 games were.
Like I said, Rayman. There was this one
Rayman?
wrestling game because I was really into wrestling back then.
I think WrestleMania 1995.
It had, I think so.
Oh, was it No Mercy?
No, it was No Mercy.
Oh,
Yeah.
No Mercy. There you go.
Yeah, that was one of the, to this day, people can
It's still the
argue
greatest
that
fighting.
it was
greatest-
one of the best WWF games.
Ooh, we should get a remaster of that.
Last time.
Real quick.
Some people argue that No Mercy is better than, you know, Here Comes the Pain, or vice versa, you know. But I would say No Mercy is really good. It's really good.
The Rock Johnson on the
No Mercy is really good.
And then what else you got? We got one more, baby.
And I believe the last one's a Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong 64.
Hell yeah. Gotta collect them bananas.
I guess for me, I would put I don't know why nobody said it, but Smash Brothers, the original Smash Brothers.
Oh my God! How did I forget that? Oh,
The OG.
I am so embarrassed. I am so
OG Smash.
embarrassed.
OG Smash
Oh my
Brothers.
God! How did I forget that?
I'm not a big
I
Which-
own that
Mario
one too. Oh my goodness! How did I forget that?
Which I really did suck at the original, but I mean, come 1v1 me in Smash 4 and I'll fuck motherfuckers up. But yeah, the original was just
Yes, yes, the original Smash Bros. How could I forget that? Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for reminding me.
because
I
talk about
a
a series that that doesn't talk about Nintendo not really doing anything with their anything violent with their, and then they do a fighting game.
Yeah, and it is amazing. All the trials, all the characters, you know, the combat, the style, the environments, the stages. It's so amazing and beautiful how.
I mean, you introduce people to Ness that didn't play Earthbound. You introduce people to Captain Falcon that never played F-Zero games. You introduce people to Pokemon because, like, okay, so, like, how it worked is that my cousin only knew, like, the original Mario. Like, he played with me, and he only knew, like, Mario, Peach, and Yoshi and stuff like that, and Donkey Kong. So he didn't know about Pokemon. So that was the first time he ever got to see Pikachu, and that was the first time he got to see Jigglypuff. And that was the first time he got to see Ness because we never played Earthbound because RPGs back then were just whatever. And that was the first time I ever saw Ness too. And that was the first time I ever seen Captain Falcon. He played F-Zero before, but I was like, oh, what is this dude from? And it got him to be like, oh, then if you want to see what Captain Falcon's from, here's F-Zero. And I'll be like, oh, you want to know what Pokemon's from? Like, here's Pokemon Blue. And my cousin would look at me and say, I want to play Blue. And I was okay then.
Yeah, I mean, it had a lot. The original Smash Brothers for Nintendo, it had a lot of characters in the first party lineup of characters that we haven't seen in a long time or haven't seen. Period. You know, come here. I mean, for like you said, Ness. I myself included. I never knew who Ness was. Captain Falcon. I would be more of a fan of Captain Falcon down the line when the Game Boy Advance comes out, when I buy F-Zero Advance. But yeah, I didn't really know any of was Sheik in the original?
Sheik was on it. Zelda wasn't into Melee.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because Link, I never played him. I never played his
Yeah,
Zelda
because
game.
the original, you have Mario, you have Donkey Kong, you have Zelda, Link,
Yeah,
you have Pikachu,
Luigi,
Luigi,
Kirby.
Jigglypuff, Fox, Kirby, Ness, Captain Falcon. Are we missing one more?
Yeah, it was about a lineup of 12
Samus,
or 11.
and Samus.
Yeah, it was a lineup of 12.
I think that's everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, even for me, even when I played with when I was introduced to Samus in Smash Brothers, again, I wouldn't know Metroid at the time until I touched Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance, which is
exactly. I didn't know who. I mean, I knew where she reigned from, but I never got a chance to play it, and I didn't play it until Fusion. So it inspired me to pick up Fusion, which was man, that was a really good game.
Oh, it's still a good game.
And then now all we have now is just freaking Fire Emblem characters and Bayonetta.
Some other IPs, Snake, Sonic.
Cloud, you have Cloud.
Oh, we have Cloud. All right.
Hey, back then, like if you took this announcement like a whole year ago, people would have, if you would have said Cloud was gonna be in Smash Brothers, everybody would have looked at you and said, nah, never in a million years.
That's crazy to think.
And yeah, if you think about it now. So then number two is gonna be the original OG Mario Party. I love the OG one. I like the mini games. I like getting blisters. It's cool. Like I played that with my little cousin. I think like last Thanksgiving, and I warned him too. Is like if you're gonna play it with spin the stick on your palm, you're gonna cut yourself. And he didn't believe me, and he cut himself to the point where he had to go get stitches the next day, which was amazing.
Oh,
amazing. So that's you gotta be willing to risk it all to win it all. You gotta get those 10 coins. You can't let those 10 coins slip. Hey, 10 coins is all 10 coins is all the difference between owning a star and losing a star. So just remember that, baby. We gotta do a stream of that. We gotta do a stream of that.
Lawsuit. Yeah.
There was. That's how they got the Nintendo awarded. Yeah, I forgot what it was, but they gave a certain amount of money to somebody, and they also issued out in the Nintendo Power those gloves and said if you were affected or if you own Mario Party and you're hurting yourself by this, you can get this in. But they didn't lose that much, or according to what speculation is, they didn't lose a lot of money because a lot of people didn't know about it because there wasn't Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. They couldn't just go on the internet and be like, hey, we're giving out free products. Like, yeah, no, that would... Like, today that would have cost them millions, but people are expecting that. I think Nintendo said it cost them like $2 million, or $1 million, but some people are saying they can't be anything less than...
Which for inflation now would be almost quadruple that.
It can't be that because, I mean, nobody knew about it. So, yeah, that would be my second one, and my third one. Oof. I'm going to say Banjo-Kazooie. Because I don't know how you don't like Banjo-Kazooie. That's going to definitely get me excited for Ukulele coming up later. next year. I think the first quarter of next year, and we're gonna have ukulele. It's gonna be badass. Gonna be badass.
Huh.
And then like I guess like my only like a close call would be like the original like Mario Kart 64 and Paper Mario. That would probably be about it. I know the only reason Paper Mario's not in it because I really wanted Mario RPG 2, and we got Paper Mario, so that's the sadness.
Yeah, Paper
That
Mario
is.
was also a popular game. Kind of revolutionized a lot more of the RPG. It was fun. I never got to play it, but I got to see a lot of it. I eventually touched it on the ROM. I got a ROM on it on the PC and played
No,
it.
if you want a revolutionary one, you need to play Mario RPG. That one's
Yeah,
the
Mario
greatest.
RPG. No, yeah. I mean, I did not know anything about Mario RPG. I truth be told, I haven't seen anything on Mario RPG until just like earlier this year. I have
Seriously?
not. Yeah.
Dude, I owned the game when it first came out.
Yeah. Did Mario RPG ever come to the States?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
1996, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they just recently had their 20th anniversary, I think, this year.
Yeah. No. I don't know if you saw the GDQ, Summer GDQ. The last stream, the last game was Mario RPG.
Yeah, Mario RPG.
Yeah, it was an amazing run. I enjoyed it. It was something else. It had a lot of those dark tones too, like Majora's Mask. You know, it was really going for something. It was awesome. It was. It still is.
Back when SquareSoft was SquareSoft, and
back when SquareSoft was its own boss.
Ah, good times. That's when we got the 7, and then now we got now you got World of Final Fantasy. I gotta pay for that on Monday. That's $140 collector's edition right there.
Wait, what? Oh, World of Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Is that a 3DS game?
No, that's the little chibi Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I know,
where, like
chibi. Yeah, what's it on for? PS4?
PS4, Xbox One, right? Yeah, I think so. And PC.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh heavens, no! No!
So that's the end of the N64. There's another 20 years right there. I think I'm gonna go play it when I actually get to Lawrence House because now I got a hankering for some GoldenEye now, for some good old GoldenEye.
Oh boy!
007.
Oh, speaking of GoldenEye, did you ever see that 30-minute footage of the GoldenEye remaster that was supposed to come to the XBL arcade last generation, but it never did? Because they couldn't come. I think the licensing issue, for one, it was a tough licensing issue or deal, and I think MGM did not want to license it. I don't think it was on. I don't think it, or probably on Nintendo's end. Most likely on Nintendo's end, I would say, because they were difficult to license your products with, especially not in their platform. But Nintendo the GoldenEye remaster was supposed to come to the 360. And wow, it looked awesome. It looked awesome.
I just think that it doesn't matter if you port that over. I think first-person shooters in general shouldn't get ported over because they change. Like things that once seemed cool are now like that's what's scaring me maybe about Modern Warfare Remastered is that maybe it was cool back then, but now that we've gotten like so many other things that have changed first-person shooters.
Because we've all been spoiled. We've all
been spoiled, exactly. So that's why I think GoldenEye, no matter how many times they try to port that over, no matter how many times they're going to try to bank on nostalgia, it's changed. It's not like platforming. It's not like racing because you can do something like the original Mario Kart in the Super Nintendo and bring that over, and that will because it's racing. It's simple. Hold A and push X to use an item. It hasn't changed even to Mario Kart 8 now. Something like something different like the original Smash Brothers. Obviously now Smash 4 is way different than Smash 1 because now you have smash attacks, you have F attacks, you have more special moves, you have so many different things, and that won't translate well because if you're spoiled by Smash 4 and then try to go play Smash 1, it's really hard. Believe me, I've tried. It's impossible because you can't forward smash. You can't charge forward smash anymore and a lot of the hitboxes are completely off because we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled by perfect frame rates and stuff like that. So I don't think porting over GoldenEye is really gonna sell. Like people are gonna play it for nostalgia and realize, wait a minute, this is pretty shitty. And yeah, so I know I just said in the Downloadable World I put shitty with GoldenEye, so that's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know what? I think 45 minutes is more than enough for N64, and you know what? We probably might just call it right here, most likely. That's yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Like I said, it was a really, really slow.
Oh
news
yeah,
day.
it was super slow news. I think the Rampage on new releases when it comes to news will hit off next week, which will start on the 7th, which is on a Friday. And
So we'll get some
from there on, it's Wallet's Weep.
It's Wallet's Weep.
Wallet's Weep. Yeah.
So we'll go in and we'll give you a little taste. Teddy, were you still getting Batman so that way you can tell our wonderful fans about Batman next week?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so that's what we got looking forward to you guys for next week. You guys can hear Teddy talk for 45 minutes about Batman, the Telltales.
All day, every day, for the rest of your life. Batman 20.
All day. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. So everybody say goodbye.
Later, guys. Have a nice night. Have a good day.
Bye, you guys. Fuck off. Have a good night. Good day. Go to school. Stay in school. Read a
Every
book.
time you gotta say.
Don't get close to the television. It's bad for your vision. Bye, guys.
Tell me how to live my life. And like I said, we are affiliated with KRHC Radio. We're gonna go and sign off. Yeah, that's the